What's up, YouTube? It's your boy ChasmRift here, and yeah, if you're watching this double header, I just recorded this one, so yeah, probably should have said spoiler, but yeah, watching this video based on Nightmare. I get it. I said I want diversity. We ain't getting none, but at the very least, we're getting diversity in the teams and the matchups we're watching. So, Nightmare. I kind of remember this team, if I remember correctly. If this is the team I remember, this is going to be beat up Whimsicott next to Arcanine and Justified. He has a Scrafty on the team, which is always a plus to see. And then there's Mr. Fish and Jagaboo. So this would give me like some early like Series 1, Series 2 vibes. Both sides actually. The opponent, they're running Trick Room without Trick Room answers. You can play Arcanine, you can play Hydreigon. Let's put this in dark mode. So yeah, a little bit easier to see. You can battle Arcanine, you can use Hydreigon, you can even use, I argue, Rhyperior without Trick Room. Gastrodon depends on what set it is, either thrives or it sucks outside of Trick Room. And Aegislash has fallen off a cliff over the years. But if this is Trick Room, it can still be a very deadly threat. So yeah, I kind of ran down everything that's on Nightmare's team. I'm willing to bet this is probably Moldbreaker Excadrill because I do know he is a fan of it. So yeah, let's go into this battle. If I was a betting man, I would probably say the opponent's strongest lead against this is, so there's two things I can think of. Either one, they lead strong and hope they can just out manpower. So they'll probably have to be like, I don't know, I guess Aegislash next to Dusclops would be a strong lead. Or, Arcanine with Dusclops and then switch into Gastrodon. I don't know. For Nightmare's lead, I think he can't go wrong if he speed up Whimsicott next to Arcanine. Or if he leaves Mr. Fish and tries to take off the opponent's head. So let's hop right into it. So Dracovish and Dragapult. So Mr. Fish does come out. And then it's Hydreigon Aegislash. Okay. That is Scarf Hydreigon. I was gonna say like there's a possibility that'll be the case, but I didn't want to say it. Okay, so the first turn is over. Wow, what happened? Dragapult lost his Dynamax to a Scarf Draco Meteor because Hydreigon, look at that, 165 speed at the most. Let's see, let's go to last turn. Zoom, pause. 213 speed. Okay, let's go to the next turn. Okay, so now he switches into Excadrill, which is a smart lead. Excadrill against this, if he decides to stay in, he's gonna have to drop another Draco, leaving him kind of exposed. Especially since Excadrill potentially Mold Breaker. Does it say it? Oh, we don't see it yet because, okay, so it's potentially Mold Breaker Excadrill. That means if he has Earthquake, he could honestly just fire it off safely because nothing can stop it. And this goes to King Shield. King Shield. Can't really do much out of that position. Still take the hit well if this next turn, but Aegislash doesn't really want to match up against Excadrill. Hydreigon's either have to switch out or it's going to have to stay in. It's going to have to eat some hits. Either way, it's either going to be a 2v. I would say it's going to be either a 2v4 or it's going to be a 2v3. That's my prediction. Either way, it comes down to who's in the back for Nightmare and who's in the back for Andy. So he dropped another Draco. Wow. Okay, so this is a Moldbreaker Excadrill. Stomp a Tantrum. Okay, so you get what? So they really stayed in with Aegislash against an Excadrill. Huh. They got their Dusclops in the back. I guess for a late game Trick Room. But I mean, like, if you're dropping a Draco with Hydreigon, you're risking the fact that your partner Pokemon can be knocked out. So if Hydreigon has to switch out, you may be forced to bring a Dusclops sooner than you needed to because of the fact that you only got two Pokemon in the back and one of them could have potentially got knocked out. I'm rambling. Scrafty comes in. Scrafty's Intimidate. Scrafty handles both of these nicely. Fighting type move, nice. Dark type move, nice. Fake out, nice, but you really don't need it. It's probably going to switch out. So yeah, let's do this. It stayed in. Okay, I can't predict anything apparently. Stayed in the trick room. There's a trick room put up next to a Scarf Hydreigon, Dusclops, Will-O-Wisp, the Scrafty. This is okay. So I was gonna say this for the end. How I would have handled that would have been okay. It depends. I don't think that can't be banded damage. That can't be. So we don't know what item this Excadrill is holding. So if I had to play that a little bit better, I would have honestly let the Hydreigon, since we know it's Scarfed, fire off another Draco Meteor, because apparently that's what it's going to do. It's going to run its Draco Meteors into the ground at -4. So I was predicting like they'll probably switch out. If that's the case, I think it would have made sense to double down to the slot, predicting a switch out, or they at least go for a safe play. But personally, seeing that Dusclops is out here, personally, I would double down to Dusclops, because Dusclops can be a threat in Trick Room, and it can be very annoying to get rid of. Hydreigon having to switch out would be beneficial, because if Trick Room goes up, but you got rid of one of the big threats in Trick Room, Hydreigon's kind of screwed, because it'll be way too fast for his own good. So at least that's how I would handle that play. So Dusclops got the Willow, Drain Punch comes in, which is nice. Stomp a Tantrum. Yep, there they are, running a Draco into the ground. So they Willow again. Drain Punch. So now it's kind of a 2v2 at this point. Dusclops is low. Depends on if it has Pain Split. This is where it gets... This is what I was talking about right here. And the Bulldoze kicked in. This is what I was talking about right here. If you double down to the Dusclops, both turns, you run the fact that, like, hey, the Dusclops could be knocked out, meaning that it'll be Rhyperior, Hydreigon next to each other. Hydreigon that came to switch out because of Draco Meteor, making it in -6, plus there's only one Pokemon left from the back. So that's what would happen. Hydreigon would have still been here, Rhyperior would have came in, and there'd be no more Dusclops, because Dusclops would have been taken care of potentially. Depending on if the Scrafty has, like, I assume he probably ran Crunch at the time. If I had to guess, this had to been, I don't know what time, I don't know. Oh, it shows you right here. Uploaded December 6th. Okay, so it was back in early 2019. So, if you ask me, this is before I started experimenting more with Scrafty this generation, so I think he would have ran the Crunch variant of Scrafty. And not Third Trap, not Assurance, not even Foul Play. So I think Crunch, even Burnt Crunch, the Stomp a Tantrum, could easily put Dusclops either into the low or knock it out. Or at the very least, you run the chance of it potentially flinching. So now, Dynamax, Rhyperior, Ruthless Policy, Max Quake, got rid of Excadrill. Don't tell me this is going to be a Scrafty highlight. I actually don't know how this is going to go down. Max Quake. First battle we watched for L was Scrafty fainted. So, overall, I would say, I understand this is early, like, Gen 8. I understand that. I understand the rating is pretty low at the time. I mean, maybe decently high, I guess, for the time. I understand all that. Regardless, I feel like the plays here could have been a little bit cleaner. Like, on the opponent's side, first of all, learn how to use Protect on your Pokemon. The Aegislash did not have to drop that way. Secondly, Hydreigon, switch the dang thing out. Like, Dusclops could have came in to that slot, and it would have been fine against the Scrafty going for the fake out. It would have been fine against the Stomping Tantrum, Excadrill targeting down the other slot. They should have brought in Dusclops at any given time, then bring back in the Hydreigon, and then play around from there. Third thing I want to say about this battle was, you gotta understand, so things are different now. All I want to say really is that, like, when it comes to battles, you gotta understand what's your win condition. You gotta understand what's your opponent's win condition. So, in Nightmare's case, his win condition was, okay, I knocked out. So after he knocked out the Aegislash, we learned a little bit more about the opponent's team. They had Dusclops in the backs, suggesting they have a late game. They got a late game Trick Room. Oh my god. So his win condition would be like, oh, Hydreigon is stuck in with the Scarf because it's faster than Dragapult. How do I beat how do I beat the end game? The end game is all right around here in the Dusclops. This isn't just a nightmare. This is just a learning lesson for anybody watching. The win condition at that point, we just go back a couple turns. It's right here in this Dusclops. You get rid of this Dusclops, there's no trick room. Potentially Hydreigon is stuck, either scarfed, stuck without much to do, or whoever they have last in the back will be outsped at least by Excadrill. If it's Arcanine, you know, outspeed Scrafty, things like that. But that's your situation. Either you knock out this thing, take care of it as fast as you can, screw over the Hydreigon, or they switch out Hydreigon and you screw over what's in the back. All you have to do is get rid of this Dusclops because it is a difference maker, and then those burns really did play a big factor. Outside of that, like, yeah, that's kind of it for the criticisms. Like I said, I don't know if this was like a banded Excadrill. I don't know if it's like, I can't tell if it's choice. We didn't see a Lumberry activate. We didn't see, well, weakness policy can't activate because it got one-shotted basically. So it's possible the weakness policy. It didn't have any recovery go on, so I can't say per se what the Excadrill was. It wasn't Lum because Willow went off. But I mean, that's just Pokemon 101 right there. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. This is a little bit longer. If I had to give a grade, I would give this opponent a C-. I can't say the Scarf is cheese. It kind of is because most people kind of run Specs or Life Orb on their Hydreigon. But the fact they led it and they're very confident they'll get their moves off, I give them a C-. No, C+. Being able to get rid of Dragapult easily and then forcibly put your setup out there, C+. Could have been better if they protected the Aegislash, keep the battle going. Could have been better if, you know, they switched out their Hydreigon. So there's that. Nightmare, unfortunately, I have to give you like a straight D for this one. Could have played Scrafty a little bit better. I do understand Hydreigon, knock it out, keep it rolling, but with this being a factor, pivot around the Hydreigon, especially since it's stuck at -4 before Scrafty came in to do Scrafty things. Excadrill, I know Excadrill came into a bad situation because Excadrill came in and then Mr. Fish kind of got ruined. But yeah, that's kind of how I would handle all that. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get out of here. Send me them Showdown replays down below. Other than that, yeah, gates will open. Let's go close them. Bye.